Hello, everyone. It's hard to believe football season is here. So let's take a few minutes and visit with our good friend James Coleman and talk a little bit about the 2025 football season.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and I'm here with Greg McGarity. And this is the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl Drive to Selection show presented by Toyota, where each and every week we go over the landscape of college football as it relates to the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl played here in Jacksonville, Florida, each and every year. What's going on, Greg? Long time no see.
It's good to see you. It's good to be back in the saddle.
Yeah, man. Well, we're back in the saddle, but it's a different one. Normally, if you've seen us the last 2 years, we've had the nice boards and all these different things, and we will have some nice digs. Actually, the new Gator Bowl offices did move to WJCT. Really nice offices, taking very, very good care of us here. How do you like the move?
Oh, we love it. Parking's easy. People really enjoy having us here, so it's been great.
New college football year. This week there will be no more, and for the rest of the year there will be no more Saturdays without college football. So we should all be excited about that. Week 0, not week 1. The season starts on week 0, and it's not a lot of games that actually affect us with the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl for this week. Now, next week, a lot of stuff going on. But since we don't have a lot of games that affect us, before we talk about the few that do, how do we select teams here for the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl?
Well, we have our agreement with the ACC and the SEC, and in the ACC, the teams that move up to the college football playoff are off our board, but those that don't qualify are on our board, along with San Diego and Orlando. So we're one of those 3 picks that gets a very high pick in the ACC. And the SEC, those teams that move up obviously are not on our board, but the Citrus Bowl has the first pick. And then we're in the mix with 5 other bowls that get to select the leftover teams. And like last year, we had a 9-win Ole Miss in our game. So the dynamics will remain the same this year, and then kind of throw everything out the window for next year and beyond, depending on what the college football playoff does. But we're all set for this year. We know who's in play, and then at the end of the day, we'll be told who we have in our game. But a lot of exciting things this year.
When is the game exactly?
We're going to play on the 27th of December. It's a Saturday night, prime time, 7:30 on ABC. So it's the first time we've had network television instead of ESPN for a number of years. So we have a prime spot. All the eyes of the nation will be on Jacksonville that night. So we're very fortunate to have a great time slot.
Last year, a lot of guys who ended up getting drafted, playing in the NFL, were able to play in this game. It's been tremendous, the guys who do not opt out, and just how great this bowl has been over the last couple years. Now, some more different things for qualifying, because that's what a lot of people want to know. How do you qualify for a bowl? So if you listen to us each and every week, we're going to show you how to be smarter than the so-called insiders. So I saw something, and the Florida State fan base started asking me, and I'm like, hey, it don't work like that. What are outside of the conference qualifiers, what are some of the things that would prevent a certain game from happening?
Well, you can't have any replays from the current year. You also can't have matchups that were probably the last 2 years. And the participants, for instance, Duke and Ole Miss can't play in our game this year, nor can probably Clemson or Kentucky because they played 2 years ago. But like Notre Dame and South Carolina are back on in our pool, and you really want to avoid games that are scheduled for 2026 because those games that are impacted by the repeat performances just aren't conducive to good games.
So Florida can play in the game, Miami can play in the game, but Florida and Miami cannot play in the game. So for those who sent me that thing where there could be a rematch between FSU and Florida, FSU can be in the game, and I'm rooting for that. Florida could be in the game, and I don't mind that because I got a couple kids in Tremel Jones and Drake Stubbs, lots of local kids here in Jacksonville there, but they will not be playing each other in that game. But you did mention one thing. So the time and proximity. So it has to be about roughly about 3 years away from the last time that they've played in a game.
Ideally, unless there are some extenuating circumstances, but you try to avoid those type rematches.
Okay. So let's talk about the games that kind of may affect us, doubt it, but possibly. What are some games in week 0 that we should be tuning into that affect us because of conference affiliation?
Well, there's really only one. There are 5 games on Saturday, week 0. And so you've got the game in Dublin, Ireland, which matches up the Big 12 schools. But Stanford's the only really representative from the ACC that's playing there in Honolulu, playing Hawaii. But things really get interesting next Thursday. So while we're a week away from that, all eyes will be on games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So if you want to watch college football, you get a sort of an appetizer this week, and then the main menu hits next week. But at least college football is starting Saturday, which kind of will whet the appetite for everyone.
And that whet the appetite for everyone, but also one of the cool perks of, if you're thinking about something, or if you're listening to this, you are a Chairman's Club member, or you're potentially becoming one, you get to actually scout games. What does scouting a game mean, and what exactly do you get to experience being a Gator Bowl scout?
Well, first of all, it allows access to our committee members and corporate members to kind of the inside football. They're able to scout the game, represent the Gator Bowl on game day, to where they'll wear their green jackets. And in some areas, you're really it's kind of a cherished opportunity to maybe advocate for our game and show people how much we love being around college football. But it allows a lot of people access to the press box, to the game field during the game, and things of that nature. So a lot of good perks there that you normally would not get if you were just a normal ticket holder for that game.
Yeah. And we'd snitch. Some schools treat us better than others. I'll be actually participating week 1. I'll be getting a chance, for the whole weekend. Yeah. I'm going to go to FSU versus Bama, as well as Notre Dame, Miami. And I know plenty of guys checked out. Make sure you go check out the social media pages to be able to see when members post up pictures of what they're able to do at these different things. And make sure you get information, because it is something that I have enjoyed the last 3 years in doing all of these different things. So we have some football coming up this weekend.
Right.
Are there any other kind of new things with the Gator Bowl that people should be aware of coming up for this season?
Well, we have some nice events for our members. Actually have our kickoff party next week, which encourage a lot of our members to attend. But it's a great way to get together to celebrate college football, but just to gather and all the excitement to be able to talk to members and kind of get pepped up for the year. But we have things throughout the year, James, to where usually once a month we'll have a gathering, whether it's in person. We'll have special speakers that we'll be able to feature once a month, that really starts in September. So just a lot of great ways to interact and be around each other and celebrate college football, but also celebrate so many charities that we sponsor throughout the year that certainly so many people join really just because of that. They may not be engaged in the football piece of it, but certainly everything we do for those that are unfortunate and those that have challenges is probably the most rewarding thing we do throughout the year.
Definitely that dreams come true. We announced our Dreamers coming up for this season. And you make sure you check those guys out. Make sure you check us out each and every week, so we can give you the cheat sheet for how to select not just the Gator Bowl, but all bowl games. And you can be smarter than most of your friends when it comes to doing all those different things. Exciting, because football season is in full swing. Next week, we'll come back to you around this time, presenting to you the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl Drive the Selection Show, presented by Toyota. For Greg McGarity, I'm Big Game James _36. We will see you guys next time.
Toyota, let's go places.
We are back, just like Greg and James. We're so happy to be back in football season. It's feeling a bit more normal here as we're ready to kick football this coming weekend. We're here once again to share with you all the things that are happening off the field. So we're going to kick it off by something that we did last week. We officially welcomed our new dream team on Thursday, I believe, last week via press conference. You can see the scenery behind us is a little different, just like James and Greg. We are also outside WJCT. The river's right behind us. We hosted the dream team here. 12 new kids, full of energy. We cannot wait for you to meet these kids. They signed their letters of intent that is now catapulting us into a full season of experiences with these 12 young men and women. Just to kind of give you a teaser as you get to know these individuals, the youngest member of this year's dream team is 4 years old, and they range all the way up to high school age. So it's going to be quite a treat for you to get to meet all of them, which watch social media. They'll start to be unveiled soon. And then we have some programs launching this week too.
Yes, like she said, we're ready. College football comes back, and so does all of our Gator Bowl Charities programming. So one that launched this week is our Most Valuable Teacher program presented by FIS. One of our favorites. It allows us to love on teachers across Northeast Florida, as we know how much they're putting into their class and educating them. I know they spend a lot of money in their classroom. So through our MVT program, we get to go in to a school every week throughout college football season and surprise a teacher with $1,000 to use in their classroom. So that this year, we've changed it up a little bit, and it is a full nomination process. So we are relying on you and people across Northeast Florida to nominate fantastic teachers in their lives. It could be your kids' teachers. It could be a teacher that you had once upon a time. It could be a friend, a colleague, whoever it might be. So if you want to read in the email down below, you can nominate your teacher. It's also at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com/MVT. And we look forward to surprising our first teacher next week.
As I should have mentioned when we kicked this whole thing off, listen, Gator Bowl Charities is continuing to grow, and we have so many exciting new things to share with you in the coming season, but none of that is possible if we don't have the support of the members, and particularly the companies locally who lean in to support these programs. And I neglected, shame on me, to mention Momentum Transportation, who stepped up to sponsor the Dream Team this year. They will be along the ride and the journey, and so when you have the opportunity to see Mike and Vicki Cobb, who are members, please say thank you to them, because those Dreamers experience is very much elevated because of their partnership. And so I think with each week we'll bring you off the field, if you will. We'll share with you what's happening in charities and membership, and we'll see you guys next week for official week 1 of college football. Have a great week.